In this video we will be seeing how to determine the gender of chicken. Identifying the sex or gender of chicken can be difficult as the reproductive organs are located inside the body and are covered with feathers. Please subscribe if you like the video. There are two methods to determine the sex of chicken. We will be talking about both. Number 1. Feather sexing. It is the most widely used technique to determine the gender of the chick. This technique is only applicable after hatching within 2 or 3 days. If there is the rapid feather growth, then it is female. If there is slow feathering, then it is male. Female often tend to develop feather faster than male.
It would be very beneficial to know really early on what your chickens are, males or females, so that you know which ones to raise and how to raise them, which ones to keep and not keep. So I'm going to show you real quick how you do this. So the technique is in their wing spread. So when you look at a hen, if it's a female, then when you spread its wings open, you'll see it's got really long feathers, a lot longer than a male will have. I'll show a male in a second here. But the big thing here is you'll see 2 rows of feathers. You'll see the long row here, and then right here, if you look in real close here, you'll see another row of feathers on top of the bottom longer row. Okay, and you can see here with these spread out here, you've got kind of 2 parts of the wing. These feathers over here towards the front are a little bit longer than these ones, but the ones in the back are still fairly long. Okay, so that's how you tell. A female actually has the longer wings, the longer feathers on the wings, and it also has that second row of feathers that you can see there. So let's look at a male now. We do have one rooster chick here that we'll look at. So if we do the same thing and we spread his wings open, you can see here really teeny wingspan, not very long feathers here, and you can't see a noticeable second row of feathers there. You can see the front ones here are a little bit longer than the back row, but, well, he's a noisy guy. But there's no second row of feathers on top of the bottom row with the rooster. So it's a quick little trick. It's a really cool trick though, because other than that, there's no other way to tell a male from a female at this age.
Number 2. Vent sexing. This technique must be rarely used as there is a possibility that you can damage the vent of chick. Vent sexing is a skill that takes a long time to develop. It involves holding the chick upside down in one hand, expelling the fecal material, and turning outward the vent area. The producer can then look for the presence or absence of a rudimentary male sex organ. This process sounds much easier than it actually is. To accurately sex chicks in this way, you need to be well trained and to have had a great deal of practice. There are very few schools that still teach chick sexing. If you see the bump, then it is male, else if it is absent, then it is female.
I'll show you how to do that right now by looking at the vent, which is the most fail-safe way. You know, if you don't get your chicks, the 2 of them the first week and a half, 2 weeks, it's going to be hard to check the feathers. So this is probably the most fail-safe way once you get good at it. Now, I pull back here and have access to the vent, okay, and pull down with my thumb gently, and you're going to see that little bubble right there. This is clearly a rooster. Right there. You see the little bubble protruding? It's like a little shiny bubble. Maybe at different angles there. Oh, he went doo-doo, and that's very normal to go doo-doo. But this right here, this guy's clearly a rooster. Here we have another chick. The warmth of your hand really calms these guys down, usually. So here we're looking at the vent again. And here you can see there is no protrusion. There's no bubble. Okay? This right here is a hen. Now some are going to be very obvious, some are not going to be as obvious. Okay, here's one last check. It's pretty calm today. Again, there's no bubble. Right there, I don't see a bubble. This is a hen. And there you have it. That's how you can sex a chick.